Hey guys, it's Kyle, and welcome to the first WitchHunt video design blog, where I talk about the systems of the game that make it what it is. Today we're going to be talking about the game at the most atomic level, the basic building blocks that make the game work. And specifically, we're going to be talking about Yomi. The word Yomi was originally applied in its modern usage by David Serlin, who published a game under the same title. It's really good, by the way. The concept of Yomi dates back to Art of War. Sun Tzu said that there's only 5 basic notes of music, yet from these all songs arise, and there's only 5 basic tastes, but from these all flavors arise. Similarly, in battle, there is only 2 basic strategies, the direct and the indirect, and from these, all other strategies emerge. Now, what does this mean? The gist is that when we talk about games, we talk about degenerate strategies. You have a strategy and you have another strategy that beats it, and you have another strategy that beats that, and eventually you might just have a best strategy that beats everything and then the game's over, go home, like tic-tac-toe. However, in some games, specifically games where people make the same decisions at the same time, they might create a circular relationship where some strategies beat other strategies, beats the other strategies, beat others, etc. And that means that there's no optimal solution. It's based on reading the mind of the opponent, which is Yomi. Now, the key definition of Yomi, the criteria that have to be fulfilled in order to achieve Yomi, to have this building block, is a couple things. First off, one person needs to have a direct strategy and an indirect strategy. Now, this is important. They need to be distinguishable. They can't be just 2 arbitrary strategies. One has to be better than the other in a vacuum. Specifically, there has to be a direct strategy that they would prefer to do. Maybe it's a stronger attack, or more likely to succeed maneuver. However, the opponent has a direct counter, some specific move or specific decision they could make that would beat the best strategy. And then the first person has an indirect strategy that would beat that counter, and that person has an indirect counter that would beat the indirect strategy. And from there it would loop back around, and make a nice little square. The key here is that when you have this structure in your game systems, it's a very sound, stable system. Your players can push on it as much as they want and it won't break because there is no optimal strategy at top that always wins. Now, this is really important in WitchHunt because there are multiple aspects of the game that embody Yomi. For example, all Mafia games have some inherent Yomi. Let's say that there's a person who thinks they know who the werewolves, the witches, or the Mafia are. Well, the werewolves and the Mafia, their default direct strategy would just be kill that person, get them out of the picture, shut them up. But they might also consider the indirect strategy of framing them and killing other people instead. And that creates a lot of the nuanced, interesting dynamics that people love about these games. WitchHunt keeps that and also adds a bunch of Yomi in other game systems too. For example, the angels get to protect someone every night. Now, the angels could go with the direct strategy and protect the person who seems most valuable, that they think the witches are most going to kill, or they could go with the indirect and go with the second most likely to be killed. Because, see, the witches are playing against them. They have to think, what are the angels going to do? Do we want to try to juke them and go for some other target? Or do we want to think that they might do that and go for the direct one? Similarly, you see this in some of the role powers as well, like the gambler. The gambler gets to be protected from a kill on his choice of odd or even nights. Now, if you do the math, there's statistically more likely to be odd nights in the game than even. At most, there would be the same number, and sometimes there's one more odd night. So, logically, odd is the direct choice. It's just statistically better. But if the enemy team knows you're the gambler, if that fact comes out, it would be to your advantage to have picked even, the one they don't expect. So then again there you see the Yomi, the cycle of strategies. The only way to really address Yomi in the midst of battle is to know the mind of the opponent. And that's what these games are all about. So it's a very natural fit to build the game on top of. And that's one of the ways where this game avoids those optimal degenerate strategies and enables players at all levels to play it as much as they want, as many times as they want, and never solve it or get bored. Alright, I hope you guys found that interesting, and I'll be doing some more of these later. Thanks again, and I hope you'll consider backing the game if you haven't already.